All right, amazing. So, good morning, everyone. Uh, Welcome to the community reading session by the Bibliophile family. Today, we'll be discussing chapter 7 and 8 by Focus on What Matters by Darius Horu. This time, the discussion will be led by Rumit Dave. So, yes, over to you, sir.
So, good morning, everyone. I hope I am audible. My voice is clear. Yeah. So, welcome on the weekend morning, वो भी ठंड का morning. So, thank you for showing up. And this book is a wonderful book. Focus on what matters because it covers very important aspects which are useful in our life. As most of the self-help books are useful for us, but this book it covers very important aspects. So I'm covering today chapter 7 and chapter 8. So in this book, each chapter is like a letter uh, written. So it conveys some significant message in each letter. So we'll start with letter 7. So next slide, please. So I hope everyone can see the slide. So I'd like to ask those who have not read, जो लोग नहीं पढ़े हैं ये book को, they can write in the chat box or unmute and can say what they can see in these pictures. Anyone? I hope all are awake. So,
I think the man seems to be frustrated.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it is showing something not working or the man is disappointed or under stress like that. So this is the story about in this letter indicated. So in this thing, the person uh, who is deciding to put his clothes in the washing machine, his favorite sweater, and he just we just insert clothes and then start the washing machine and then get into some other things. 8 p.m. in the night, generally people reach home by 8, 8:30 and all, and then we complete our routine. And then he suddenly remember he need to wash that sweater and he puts it in the washing machine. And after some time, generally after 60 minutes, he went there to check. And to his surprise and shock, he found that there was error code. So he suddenly he shouted at himself and got angry. And then he started, he tried, but nothing worked out. So he started washing it manually in the washroom. And but the sweater being, thick material, heavy clothes, so it would, uh, more stress on the hand and थोड़ा difficult हो जाता है. So he started washing, but he realized that it was very heavy. And then again, he thought that I'll, repair this washing machine. And he tried all the things, whatever, because everybody is not the expert, no? But he tried to repair it and all. And then it was, by the time he could fix it, it was almost, late night. So he himself was thinking, what is this? So sometimes everybody can correlate such things happens to all of us, you know. So because my ex-boss used to tell me that never assume that everything, every time everything will work fine, everything will be okay. Never assume that. So wherever important things, you always think of, some backup plan B or plan C. Plan A doesn't work, then plan B or plan C, so that you don't suffer. So in this case, why he wanted so much desperate to wash that cloth? So anybody can say reason for that?
Probably he didn't have any other option because he wanted desperately for the night or the next day.
Yeah. So that can be the one of the reason, or maybe his favorite sweater, because he has mentioned that he wears that quite frequently. So every one of us has our favorite attire. People love some specific, maybe favorite color, or maybe more comfortable in that or attire. So that's why we find that many people repeat that dress or attire quite frequently. But it should not be like that. We should have rotation of all the clothes. Otherwise, some clothes will be remain unused. And maybe in books shelf also, some books are kept unread. So that is the reason. That's why he was so desperate to get it done. And since it doesn't happen, so again he gets angry. So yesterday evening only we had session on anger, and now again anger is there. So I can see that we all would have such similar uh, situation. So everybody can correlate, like sometimes your vehicle will not start and you are getting late, and most of the things it happens, like sometimes we feel that in trains, generally waiting ticket up to 15 or 20 will get confirmed before a week or so. But sometimes it can be, exception also. Like once, what happened, Vande Bharat, my waiting ticket was 12, but it didn't confirm, to my surprise. So I always have a backup. I will book two, three tickets, like one in Vande Bharat, one in Shatabdi, and one more ordinary train or whatever next convenient train near that duration. So if that ticket doesn't confirm, then at least Shatabdi will confirm. Of course, the preference like that sweater will be Vande Bharat because it takes minimum travel time and we enjoy that. So, but if it doesn't work, so you should have plan B, plan C. So like that, you can anticipate. So anybody can share such similar incident, when something didn't went, good, or something didn't work at the time.
So I can share, Rumiji. In fact, I think you did mention about the backup plans are. I also do a lot of backup plans. I say plan B. If plan B doesn't work, plan C, plan D. Sometimes I used to go to that vicious circle. Where do we draw a line? Okay, it takes a lot of energy to do. You just give an example of booking in the two trains. Why two? Because they have five options. Why not on five? Where do we draw a line was a thin line for my in my life, trying to figure out where do I draw a line. At least I started doing it. Any activity, at least I will have plan B to it and stop it. If plan B also doesn't happen, I gracefully accept that particular situation and move on rather than going further down. That's the way I do it. So
I am just the opposite, and I get scolded by my parents because of that. I don't have any backup plan, and I take a lot of risk, especially while traveling. Jesse Rumit has told, no, that like he booked tickets back to back. So earlier, when I was in my early 20s and I had to travel, I usually travel to Delhi because I stayed there. So I didn't book any ticket. And at the end time, like obviously the ticket did not get confirmed, and then At the end time, my dad came and scolding, he, now you have to do flight ticket. You did not do ticket earlier and everything. So yeah, it's different set of like plan. So I don't have any plan. Now I do it. I prepare better. But yes, my first preference is not to plan anything. जो है वो चल रहा है like that. Yeah. Yes, yes.
Yes, or Mr. Just like you said that your boss told you that everything need not to work. So similarly, my previous boss used to say that शेर सिंह अगर कुछ चीजें जीवन में काम नहीं करती हैं या कुछ लोग चैलेंजिंग मिलते हैं तो दैट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ लाइफ विदाउट दोज थिंग और दोज पीपल लाइफ विल बिकम बोरिंग बहुत बोरिंग हो जाएगी लाइफ so always accept them with your and when you work on them then your ability will increase so whenever I find this thing ना so always this thing comes to my mind कि यही तो मतलब हमारी लाइफ को बोर्डम से लेके और थोड़ा सा एक्साइटमेंट में लेके आता है and always a plan A to not A and B, plan Z, then A, B, A, C. We have lots of infinity plans. So we have to find that what works for it. Thank you.
So here we can observe one more thing. If you already assume that or if you are prepared that something may go wrong, so that time you may not be that much angry. But if you are not prepared and this is suddenly, shocking surprise to you, so that time you may get more anger. आप ज्यादा गुस्सा हो सकते हैं उस टाइम पे, उसका इम्पैक्ट ज्यादा होगा बिकॉज यू नेवर एक्सपेक्टेड. It is just like walking on some sandy land or some that muddy land, and you know that it is so you balance yourself. But if you are not aware, you may fall. So it is similar situation. So that's why the author here says that anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. So it is quite obvious that you will get angry, and maybe this next slide will explain us more in a much better way. So next slide, please. Yeah. So I hope it is visible to everyone. So here I've just made a flow chart yesterday night, late night like washing machine. So here you can see the main, there are many reasons to get anger, but the main three reasons are three things that will cause you anger are fear, stress, frustration, or if you are hurt by somebody, or if you get some pain or some painful thing happened. So these all things will create the anger. And further, this anger, what happens yesterday also evening we discussed that anger is harmful, but how it is harmful, what is the process? So we have cortisol hormones. We will not go into much detail, but cortisol is also mentioned by author in this. So because of anger, and when you beat yourself, this cortisol is released and your cortisol level will go up. So it is bad for your body and bad for your sleep because sleep is very important. But sometimes it happens, and that's why, 1 hour before the sleep, we never, watch news or see anything because which is harmful or vulnerable to, disturb us, our mental state and all. Because when you are going to sleep, you should be peaceful with a blank mind. Then only you can have a sound sleep. Otherwise, what happened? Those disturbing thoughts will disturb your sleep. So that's why this cortisol, it is affecting your sleep, and also it will disturb your metabolism, your digestive system. Because this is in Sattvic movement, we understood the Pran Shakti will work mostly during when we are sleeping. So that is the healing time. Sleeping time is healing time. And that itself is disturbed, so it will disturb your digestive system. Once your digestive system is disturbed, it will generate a variety of disease, lot of illness. You are inviting lot of illness and all. So that's why this is very harmful, that you should not get into this. So author says that let us be real. So every time you get angry, you are only harming yourself. So the things that make you angry are often less harmful than the effect of anger on your body. So you can see here, if that man has not, he would have given up that, okay, washing machine is not working, so let it be. I'll just go and sleep. So he would have gone to bed, but he went on trying to find the solution. He tried manual washing, he tried repairing the machine, and he found that it is already midnight. By that time, he would have gone to sleep. So he spoiled his sleep. So the author says that the things that make you angry are often less harmful than the effect of anger on your body. So the cost what he is incurring is more expensive than what that is. So he could have let go that, okay, I'll wear some other attire, or I'll manage something with something other things or like that. He would have gone to sleep, but he got trapped into this and he went on doing this. So again, the author says that after the whole episode, I had to laugh because it was stupidity. Sometimes, many times, we also end up in doing stupid things without knowing. But later on, we realize when we think, oh, this thing was stupid on our part. But that time, we are not aware. Because of this all things, we get trapped and we get angry. So that's why the author again says that instead of beating yourself and being your own antagonist, be your own comedian. So you should have realize that most things are not worth getting angry over and laugh it off. Life will be better. So like I'll give my example. In my previous company, one of my subordinate was very lethargic, non-responsible, or you can imagine the worst person, that he himself at the time of appraisal will call and say कि अरे मेरा कितना हुआ है performance ये वो. So I said, you yourself don't know how much you have done, because he was dependent on his field team and he never bothered. So like that, very irresponsible person. So I used to get angry that how come a person on this planet can be so irresponsible and matlab the worst example of the person. So I used to get angry, but my boss said, ki, if you get angry, you will spoil yourself. So some people you need for entertainment. So you assume that he is for your entertainment. So we used to laugh at his, shortcoming or whatever problems and all. So things become easier and you don't hurt yourself because of someone else. So that is what the message is there in this uh, chapter. So if anyone having any questions on this, you can ask so that then we can move to next letter.
Rumiji, just not a question though, just a comment. I think the statement what heard in this, I mean, read also is instead of being your antagonist, being a comedian. And a very, very powerful, thoughtful statement. In fact, I put it in my status also today. And sometimes just laughing at ourselves and make it things much easier on the learning part of it and take it forward. Otherwise, it will be deep. Being an antagonist, you have a lot of other negative energy comes in and make you low. Because any step which we take it has its own learnings too to us. And taking in this particular spirit, it has much easier way to progress. less harmful for us. That's my learning from this chapter. So
Yeah, anyone else? Because it happens. So it happens that, like, we are following Sattvic lifestyle. So in office, whenever we are going out for dinner, people will say, "अरे इसके तो नखरे बहुत है, ये तो ऐसा है वैसा है." Like that, they will comment. So we laugh it out. If we take it seriously, then you are hurting yourself only. So sometimes you have to laugh at yourself also and just yes.
Again, the same sentence. If you have a lemon, make a lemonade. This is what I'm following, and subordinates और इनके साथ गुस्सा बहुत ही कम हो जा रहा है.
Yes, sir. Just on the anger side, I want to, sir. I already mentioned that I used to be very angry person, but 5 years back when I read this book, Being Love, so it has been very, deliberately mentioned that very elaborately, काफी विस्तार में बताया गया उस बुक में कि who is creating anger? We are the only person who is creating anger, and we are the most, you know, destroyed mentally, physically, spiritually. जो सामने वाले पे हम गुस्सा करते हैं शायद उसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बट हम लोग उससे बच नहीं सकते हैं. सो वी आर ओनली द क्रिएटिंग द एंगर एंड वी आर ओनली destroying ourselves. So uh, lots of example has been given there. So and lots of way out. So after reading that book, and yes, it is again a reminder for me. So and through meditation, because we create those emotions which later on convert into the anger. So because once like they say that become your own comedian, or but just to become a comedian, we just we cannot heal those emotions, and they will again occur. So through meditation we can just heal those emotions and they will never occur. So in this way we can uh, uh, slowly just we can reduce our habit of becoming anger and becoming peaceful and healing nature. Thank you, sir.
Yes, so there are two lines. Yes, meditation helps. So there are two lines at the end of the chapter. The chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are the externals not under my control and which have to do with the choice I actually control. So this again, these lines indicate that it matters what we can control and not to worry about what we can't control. Because when you can't control anything, so no point of thinking over it and getting angry and spoiling your health. So that is the thing. And Sher Singh, I think we can have selfie time now before starting the next chapter. Yeah, it's
Sure, sir. Yes. I request everyone switch on the camera. Smile. If possible, get the book.
Good morning, everyone.
Smile. Ready. Thank you. Thank you. You can proceed, sir.
Yeah, so as Sher Singh ji said that earlier, he was very hot tempered, and first he will slap the person, then discuss. So, but now he's changed after reading that book and lot of things. So I said now it is safe to meet Sher Singh ji personally. And
Yes, I've already met two person, Aditi
yeah,
ma'am and Chidanand sir.
yeah, and Pramila ji also, she said earlier she was very hot tempered and used to get. Now she is, so it is good that she joined us now. So anyway, it was on a lighter note. So again, next slide, please. So again, I'd like to ask some people, those who have not read this chapter, just what they see in this picture. Either they can write in the chat box, or you can unmute and say what do you see in this picture, this slide.
बहुत सारा काम है पर मैं क्या करूं पता नहीं आई कैन नॉट डिसाइड विच टू बी प्रायोरिटाइज तो मैं मोबाइल खेलूंगा
Yeah,
Look at his posture, his expressions. Okay, so here the later title is on changing your mindset, not your surroundings. So as we just discussed the last two lines, that you can't change the things which are not in your control. So you should worry only about what you can control. So in this chapter again, uh, the author says that he has been feeling more and more frustrated with the surroundings. Every day starts in the room, he sees the same bed, the same view from the window, and everything same, nothing different. So we often find, people saying कि अरे ये तो क्या रोज के रोज यही है, वही लोग ऑफिस जाके वही लोग के चेहरे देखने हैं. So my ex-boss used to say someone who was not, in team spirit with the people कि आपको क्या लोगों के चेहरे पसंद नहीं है क्या? You don't have a choice. अगर आपको मेरा चेहरा पसंद नहीं है, फिर भी आपको काम करना ही है. You have to tolerate. So but it is human tendency that we we have excitement or something, and when we get it, then after some time we get bored of it. Like one of my friend, he was very he had craze of cars, Mercedes car, and when he purchased, he was very excited. He was showing everyone, देखो मेरा come, will go for ride. He will show everyone, and he will show even the night time in parking that light Mercedes का वो logo on the floor आता है, like that and all. So he was very enthusiastic and all. But after 1 month, he said that I don't find anything exciting in this. It is just a car. I am just sitting, driving, going, coming. कुछ इसमें कुछ nothing extraordinary, nothing like that. Only the brand. So like that, it's a human nature that when we don't get something, we have thirst for that. कि, अरे मुझे ये चाहिए वो चाहिए. But once you get it, then that excitement is not there. And I often find people that अरे ये तो सब वही का वही है, यहाँ तो कुछ है ही नहीं, रोज का रोज वही करो, वही देखो, वही लोग, वही सिस्टम, वही सब कुछ है. सो ऑफन काफी दुखी आत्मा लोग ऐसे मिलते हैं जो दे सी इन बैड एवरीथिंग कि अरे यही है सो है. सो दैट्स व्हाई द ऑथर सेड दैट you have to see that instead of this thing, you have to change your mindset. मतलब आपको थोड़ा आपका माइंडसेट चेंज करना, you have to look differently at the things differently. Like we often find message in WhatsApp, the same two persons looking at the same scene but different scenario and different mindset. Like हम लोग तो काफी टाइम से वो देर इज फेमस है ना दैट ग्लास इज हाफ फिल्ड so and half empty. So some people will say it is half empty, and positive people will say it is half filled. So it's a point of view of people, a different point of view. And also, if you stay in the same thing, you definitely will get bored of it. But if you don't think that way, and you every day, sorry, every day you assume a new, fresh starting, new excitement, even though the things are same, environment is same, your surrounding is same, but that will make a difference. I was at Chennai for almost 2 years transferred, and I had idli daily in food because my family they couldn't settle there, so they came back to Gujarat, and I was there only. So I had idli daily there as a food. So when I came back to Gujarat after 2 years, so everyone says that I may not like idli being haven't taken daily, but it is not like that. I still enjoy and I like it. So like that, if you have this is just an example. So if you think that way, it is ultimately your mindset what matters. So that's why this next slide, please. Yeah, Palagi, you are. I think कुछ याद आ गया लगता है आप you are. So here I think everyone can see the slide. Yeah, picture में what you can see. So anyone can just say what you can see in the picture. Write in the chat box or unmute and say.
We are expecting others to just give relief from our anger or our anxiety.
I guess we are trying to watering water to it, so we are reducing the fire. I see the right side they're doing something like that.
So yeah, thank you. So here this actually I read that book by Danda Paniji, the focus on the unwavering focus. So as per him, the mind is like a garden. If you imagine your brain or your mind is like a garden, so it is like garden, how you nurture it and how you treat your garden. So in that there are different zones. Like in garden, there are different trees. Na? Neem tree, somewhere there will be neem tree, somewhere there will be some mango tree or other tree, whatever. Different trees are there, different zones. Similarly, in our mind, there are different zones. Anger, somewhere is anger zone, somewhere is happiness zone, somewhere is enthusiasm zone, somewhere it is anxiety, somewhere jealousy. So, like all different emotions are there. So, what happens? It's a garden, it's a raw garden. But the Dandapani ji says, ki that road becomes prominent, or where you travel frequently. We often find some people, they frequently get angry, or some people, they are always smiling, always happy. So you are traveling to that happiness route in that garden. So what happens when you travel frequently? तो जो कच्चा रास्ता है वो धीरे धीरे improve होता है, and you tend to walk there frequently. Like it is like it is a human nature. Like we have our own favorite some spot, favorite restaurants. There we often uh, go. Once we go, we tend to go there frequently instead of going to unknown route. This route is preferred. So that way, if someone is going towards anger path in that garden. So earlier it was a raw रास्ता एकदम raw था, but then when you walk there frequently, that road becomes prominent. The road becomes थोड़ा पक्का बन जाता है, and there you go on visiting often. So that's why you need to find the other route to better things and try to ignore that route which is harmful to you. And this is how that Dandapani ji explained that how to control your mind and see that you get the unwavering focus and you come with good things. So similarly, just you have to imagine that your mind is like a garden, and you have to nurture only those areas which are helpful to you, which are beneficial to you, and not nurture those areas which are harmful to your brain. So you can imagine just the garden with the different areas, different trees, and different things. So that is how you have to think of this. So once you make your mindset like that, so you will not suffer. So that is how the author says that when it comes to changing your surroundings, you know, he says, I like to love to take the trip to Caribbean and do something snorkeling and all, but I don't need anything. I'm good that way. So you should have a mindset that if you like to have something, but if you don't get that, then also you are okay. So that you can manage with that. So that is the main purpose in this. So suppose somewhere you don't like someone or this thing, but you can't control everyone. Like I said that I'm very, hygiene freak and neatness savvy. So I often find when we're traveling in flight or train, some people are after having, food and all, they will just wipe their hands with the chairs or curtains or whatever. So we don't like it, but we can't control those people. We can request them, but these things are out of your control. So you just have to ignore. So that is how you have to control your mindset. Otherwise, you will get disappointed and you will be hurting yourself only. So this way, it is author has explained as nicely that how you can control your mindset, change your mindset, so that you don't suffer. You have to change your thinking, and accordingly you can manage everything. Yeah, of course, whenever we see, so we can say that they have to, suppose I was traveling, means in my earlier job, I used to travel by local train. It was new AC train. You can imagine the new neat and clean train started by, authorities and AC local train first time. And generally, the passengers are common at the same time, from the different same stations because they travel from the office. So one lady used to sit in front of me, and she will have evening time 5 o'clock, na? Evening around 5:30, you feel hungry. So she will always bring, some wafer packet or something, some snacks pack or something. And though she was having all, very high-end accessories, purse of Gucci and all branded things and all, though sophisticated, but still after having this, she will not have any handkerchief or something, and she will just wipe hand here or like this. So I always carry, tissue papers in my bag and all. So I offered her after she finished so that she will not damage the public property, spoil the public property and all. So once or twice I had given, then she realized. So she also started bringing tissue paper, and then we becomes friends and like that. So this is how you certain things you can't control, but you have to find a way to don't get disturbed by it, and you have to change your mindset and find the alternate solution to that. So with this we complete second letter also. So now it is forum is open for everyone to share their opinion or story or what they think about this